I was looking at my traffic acquisition report last week, and I noticed for the first time ChatGPT actually shows up as one of the top sources of traffic to my site. I'm looking at it. I changed the dimension from session default channel grouping to session source medium. Let's go ahead and turn this off and use this new plot rows feature, which I love. And you can see, like, there's a decent amount of traffic coming daily from ChatGPT. And one of my colleagues actually said that we got a bona fide lead from somebody that found us on ChatGPT, which is kind of cool. So I did a little digging into how to see chat AI traffic better in GA4. And I found this LinkedIn post by Larry Engel. And in it, he shares some patterns that we can use to identify AI traffic. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. I'm going to walk through one of the things that he does in this post, but I'm going to take advantage of a new feature in GA4 that we can save segments in explorations. And I'm also going to show you how to add this as a channel group so that you can report on it alongside other channels. Because I think going forward, we're going to want to do that. To me, AI is kind of its own thing. It's kind of related to SEO, I guess. Just you're maybe thinking about content that is going to help you get found via AI channels. But in any case, it's something that I want to see, and maybe you do too. So we're going to take these patterns. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to go back to GA4. And I'm going to go to an exploration. I'm going to start a new blank exploration. And I'm going to, for my dimensions, I'm going to keep it simple for now. I'm going to do session source medium as a dimension. And for metrics, I'll do sessions. And maybe I'll just have something to look at. I'll do engage sessions. And I'll just throw in key events. This part doesn't really matter. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is go to segments. I'm going to create a new segment. It's going to be a session segment. And I'm going to, I'll call it AI sources. And I'm going to add a condition. And I'm going to do session source. And I'm going to add a filter. And then I'm going to pick the matches regex. And I'm going to paste in the patterns from Larry Engel's LinkedIn post. And I'll post a link to the LinkedIn post in the description. Apply that. And we can see these sessions here. Go ahead, apply that. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is do a line chart. I kind of like line charts in explorations. You can do some things that you can't do with time series in regular reports. A little trick, all you have to do is double click on a metric to show it in your chart. Then what I'm going to do is add as a breakdown dimension that session source medium so that we can see the different source medium values. I'm going to increase this time range to the last 90 days. And then the last thing I'm going to do is change the granularity from day to week. And all right, so there, now we could start to see it kind of interesting. Like you can see this growth in ChatGPT over time. There's also some traffic coming from Perplexity, which is great. So I don't know, I just find this super fascinating. Now, one thing I didn't do when I created this segment, but I'm going to do it now. So you can see this save to property. So I can do it from here. I can also just, when I was creating the segment, I have this option that I can save the segment to the property. And what that means is that now this segment will be available whenever I create an exploration. I can pick from, if I go to the segment list, I'm going to see that segment that I created as an option. That's about it for there. I could just go ahead and do like a table and start to get some performance metrics. Again, I'm just double clicking to add these to the chart. And there we go. So you can start to look at performance metrics. Oh, and I need to apply my segment. And, one thing, because it's a segment, it's going to show me the totals over here. I only have one segment, so that's kind of redundant. Not super helpful, but in any case, I get to see the metrics associated with these AI sources. So really great. I'm going to definitely be using this going forward. Then the other thing I wanted to show you is that I can go into my channel groups. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new channel group, and I'm going to add AI as a channel. So we'll call this TO Custom Channel Groups. I'm going to click to add a new channel, and I'm going to call this channel AI. And then I'm going to go here, and similar to the segment we created, I'm going to say source matches regex for regular expression. I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to save that. And one thing you'll notice is that when you create a custom channel group, what will happen is it'll start with the default channel group. So it has all the same assignments for traffic to paid shopping, paid search, etc. We'll see down here, I've got my AI channel now. I'm going to click reorder and move it up. So these happen, the way these get assigned in sequence, and I want to make sure that traffic gets assigned to my AI or channel before it would get assigned to referral, because I'm using the referrer. So basically everything that doesn't fit another channel group based on referrer is going to go into that referral channel group. So I want to make sure to do that. Then I'm going to apply that, and I'll save my group. And one thing I'll show you is up here, this primary channel group, I could change the primary channel group and switch it to my TO custom channel groups. I'm not going to do that. It's actually not that important. If you end up with a bunch of channel groups, it might be helpful to you to know which one is your sort of main one. You might have other channel groups that you use for different types of analysis. So now that we have this, let me show you where it shows up. So if we go to reports, and then if I go to acquisition, traffic acquisition, now we'll see, so it's actually defaulting to the session primary channel group, and maybe I will want to switch over to my new channel group so that it defaults to that. But down here you can see the one that we just created. So it's available there. There's not going to be any data. The channel groups start populating once you create them. So yeah, there's not going to be anything in there. So we're not going to use it yet, but once it starts to collect data and assign it in particular to that AI channel, we'll want to use it. And the other thing to mention is that when you do this, it'll be available in Looker Studio, but you do need to make sure in Looker Studio to go to your data source and refresh fields, because when you add new fields in GA4, they aren't going to automatically show up. You have to go in and do that in Looker Studio. So another thing that I'll mention, the last thing that I'll mention, is that the AI landscape is evolving, and so it is very likely that we're going to see new sources of traffic that we want to classify as AI. So you want to bookmark Larry Engel's post, and if he makes updates to it, you can apply those, or just keep an eye on your own traffic and look for source values which look like they're coming from AI sources that are not currently being assigned to that channel group, and add them to that pattern. So that's it. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos related to GA4, Looker Studio, and other topics. And thanks again.